Oh, I see. Classic. Absolute classic. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, so should I get to the notes? I was about to read the notes, wasn't I? So.
Oh, I thought we actually stopped for a second. I was just
We
swicking
did stop for a
beer in the
second.
background. Yeah, but I was swicking beer in the background, and you carried on talking. Maybe we should count ourselves in. Ready?
Okay, ready.
3, 2, 1.
Later tonight, Pike captures a German prisoner in Dad's army. But first, we have the Thamesmen.
How are you?
I am really good. How you doing?
Good. We've just given up on ever having a good intro, haven't we? We, hey, have a nice life, have a nice wife.
Yeah, well, like some sort of
like
catchphrase or something like that.
Yeah. Alex and Andy, what they do is just have a nice life, or something like that. I just, just seems to do it these days.
I was watching one of their videos the other day. They do a really good job, those two. I'm always impressed by the quality of what they do and how cool they are as guys. They're like they've got it nailed. One day we'll grow up to be. No, we won't. So.
Well, you were meant to meet. You couldn't meet them. They were down in LA. They were going to pop in and say hi, but you were busy.
Well, another day, another time. So
another day, another time, Governor. Welcome to the Thamesmen, the high quality, low budget, no budget, little kind of reaction channels. I'm Alex, and I am in the mountains of Colorado.
I'm George. I am in Los Angeles.
And don't worry, you've taken a really bad turn on the internet. We are Alex and Andy. Once you've done a shitload of crack and your career's gone down the pan, this is what you're going to look like, and I'm very sorry. But we're not here to talk about their unfortunate luck. We're going to talk about the Tragically Hip, aren't we?
Well, actually, it is tragically hip, really, aren't we? We are tragic. No, we're not tragically hip. We're just not even hip.
We're not hip. We're just tragic.
Yeah. We're just tragic.
And most old people die when they have a broken hip. Do you know that? Once it's a bit like a dog. It's a bit like it's a bit like a dog. When the dog's back legs go and gotta put them down. Apparently old people, because they shit and piss themselves. Not the old people, the dogs. But when old people, the major sign that they're a goner is when they fall and break their hip.
That's not very nice, is it?
No, I'm just tragically hip.
Tragically. Well, anyway, the reason we're here for the Tragically Hip is that we are going to do a promo. We're going to make up for where we blew it before, aren't we? We did a Canada week, and we jumped in at like a classic Tragically Hip song, but at the worst possible moment, where Gord Downey was not very well, and it was a very emotional thing. We shouldn't have started there. So with our apologies, and we're going to do a whole week of Tragically Hip, which sounds pretty cool, actually.
Excellent. So we got 5 tracks over 5 days, all the Tragically Hip. Yeah. As my friend said, we weren't aware that was our last gig, and you're absolutely right. We've got to pay attention because we've got to pay attention to their full catalogue.
Yeah, exactly. And so with the kind help of Chris the Curator and Mr. Brian Roy, who I think we owe him a T-shirt still, do we? But anyway, Mr. Brian... You probably do.
We'll do that in the middle of the Tragically Hip week. We'll get the T-shirt out.
Okay, get a T-shirt out. Yeah, we just got to get it to him, haven't we? So anyway, but Mr. Brian Roy has going to put together a curated week for us. So we're doing a promo, just to get a taste, a little soupçon of Tragically Hip, and we're going to start from a track from 1989, and we've even got notes to start with. Should I go through the notes?
Yeah, go on and do it.
Okay,
so you said soupçon, right? Soupçon. Yeah. Do you know what word I heard the other day? I haven't heard for a long time.
What's that?
Vol-au-vent.
A vol-au-vent.
I know.
I loved those chickens in that sort of creamy mushroom sauce in a vol-au-vent, or a prawn vol-au-vent. You know,
Yeah, but you could also get you could get smoked salmon and caviar. Or you could, but anyway, we're just like I forgot.
But
my wife said the other day she said volleyball, and I just like volleyball. You know, even when you say it, you got to kind of lift your top lip like.
Volleyball. Yeah, it is the 70s. It is the 70s hors d'oeuvre of choice, isn't it? Hors d'oeuvre.
As you're hanging out the back of your best friend's wife.
At the wife swapping party. You would,
exactly, volleyball.
Yeah, you'd have your party out of beer, and then you'd have some volleybats and cheese and pineapple on a stick. You know, and it was good.
You know what my mum and dad had? She was my mum was a hostess with the mostess because she had a heated trolley, and which she would wheel in, and it was heated. It kept the food warm.
I don't know if that's good for cheese and pineapple sticks. I don't want them warm. They've got to be like chilled.
No, not good. Not good for that. But duck à l'orange.
Oh, sir, you are so sophisticated.
Yeah, and then they'd have the mint after 8 mints out.
Oh, I love them.
They were the height of class. Anyway, we're not here for duck à l'orange or hanging out your back your wife. We're here for Tragically Hip.
Or there was always that one. Sorry, just to go off. It was like, was it those Ferrero Rocher? You are spoiling us, sir.
Ferrero Rocher. Yeah. We've got a friend who's a diplomat. You know who you are, Dan. We're not allowed to mention your name.
Do you think he serves Ferrero Rocher?
He fucking does.
Does he? And volleyball, I bet.
No, he's not volleyball. He's not that far gone. But he actually does Ferrero Rocher. And for those who don't know, there was a very naff advert of it, like a diplomatic party, and they're going around with these shite chocolates.
Maybe we should just drop it in.
Yeah, I think we just drop it in now.
The ambassador's receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste.
Ferrero Rocher.
Delicious.
Eccellente.
Monsieur, with this Rocher already spoiling us.
Ferrero Rocher, a sign of good taste.
There you
So
go.
sophisticated. Yeah. But anyway, I was about to read the notes. Shall I read the notes?
I think you should. I should
read the notes. Okay. So this is 1989, and the track is called New Orleans is Sinking, and it was released in November of that year as the second single from the band's first full-length studio album, Up to Here, and is considered one of their signature tracks. The song reached number 1 on the RPM Can chart. It was also the band's first song to chart in the United States. When performed live, the middle section of the song was typically given over to an extended jam in which lead singer Gord Downie would perform a story or another song. This live performance features a middle section with the West Wind / Cookie Factory version and an early, very raw rendition of Ahead by a Century. Filmed June the 5th in 1995 at the Pinkpop Festival in Landgraaf, Holland.
Yeah, I've been to Pinkpop Festival.
Have you? Really? What were you doing there?
Flew over as a roadie.
Okay.
I wasn't a roadie. My dad just put me on the bill to pay for the way. I didn't go and see my dad. Do you know who I saw?
Who did you see?
I saw, and I was absolutely blown away by them. I remember Wilco Johnson on guitar. Come on, who is it? Cigarettes and alcohol. Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I buggered off and I watched Dr. Feelgood, and I loved it. It was absolutely brilliant.
Good choice. All right, are you ready then? Should we do this?
I am. Yeah.
The Tragically Hip New Orleans is Sinking, and I mean, it must be. What year did you go? Maybe the same year. You never know. So.
It could be the same year. I have to look it up.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Are you ready, sir?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. It starts with a bit of a pause. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, told you.
Canadians. They're so dramatic.
If New Orleans is sinking, then I don't want to swim. Living blue on the street, loose and complete under skies all smoky blue-green. A camp shake, a Dixie dead shake, so we danced the sidewalk clean. My memory is muddy, what's this river that I'm in? New Orleans is sinking, man, and I don't want to swim. Now Tom, what's wrong? What's going on? Can't tie yourselves up for a deal. He said, hey, no, you sound so shut your big mouth. You gotta do what you feel is real. He got no picture postcards, got no souvenirs. My baby, she won't know me when I'm thinking about you. Yeah. Woo! The water's on fire, the water's on fire. Everything in the water. There used to be a cookie factory in the West, and so obviously we like the West wind best. I'm the West wind. There used to be a cookie factory in the West, and the West wind blew. We felt like we were blessed. And you know, the wind would almost whisper, "Eat me, come on." First we'll climb a tree, and maybe then we'll talk. I will touch your cunt, you will touch my car. Then we'll be married, then we'll be man and wife. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. But that's where the hornet stung me, and I had a someone just to stoke the fire, picking out the highlights of the scenery. Saw some little clouds, they looked a little like me. I had my hands in the river, my feet back up on the banks, looked up to the yacht above, said, hey Clemens, thanks. Sometimes I feel so good I gotta scream. He said, Gordy baby, I know exactly what you mean. He said, I swear to God, he said,
Wow. I didn't expect them to be so rocky and heavy.
We definitely didn't do it justice before, did we? We didn't do them justice. That was fantastic. It was superb bit of music, that was.
Absolutely full whack, absolutely. All right, okay. Shall we go to scores and then talk about it?
That sounds like a very good idea. Let's do that, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, scores!
Aha! Scoreboard.
Right.
I tell you,
Here we go. This is going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. I'm not going to blow this one like I do with Joe and Armour Trading. But this is a completely different together, all together.
Okay, before we get to the actual numbers, let's just talk a little bit about the chat. Because I think he was, well, actually they all were, but he was sublime. Utterly sublime, It was just so, charismatic. And his delivery was astounding, and his storytelling. And apologies, viewers, for some bad words in the middle of the song, where he used the C word a couple of times. But that's okay, because we're adults.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with a bit of C words,
Part of my grandmother's lexicon. He is absolutely magnetic. But I actually was focused in on the guitar.
Oh, that guitar was great, wasn't it? It was like
so. We only did one track before. Yeah. We only did one track before, and the band weren't given a chance to shine. The band shined at it. The back line was solid as.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're right. Gordy is just so magnetic. If you're not careful, he's so magnetic and such a front man, you'll forget the rest of the band. And I purposely tuned in to the band because obviously they gave him the stage. And the guitar was phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he was really just that was such a good sound. And the whole thing, it reminded me of some of the Australian bands, in particular, like Hunters and Collectors. I don't know if you remember that track we did with them. It was this vocal with great intonation and great power and a sort of just different from enough from everything else to really stand out, as something just amazing. I really enjoyed that track. And just for a live track, it sounded great. They just did a stunning performance. Yeah, it was brilliant. I tell you what, this really does excite me about doing the whole week of Tragically Hip, because I think there's a lot of depth to this band that we have not fully appreciated. Lots of other people have. We're just late to the party. I totally agree. I think and so what scores on the doors for you, Mr. Alex?
Scores on the doors. That was an exceptional live performance. A great performance. Every little bit of energy they gave. Gordy was fantastic. The band were fantastic. I'm coming in at an 8.3 on that one.
Oh,
it's a high one.
You are.
It was a really excellent performance. Well, and as you said, you can't take your eyes off that main guy.
Yeah, no, but I'm actually gonna like go more because I really, really liked it. And so I'm putting it in as a 9. I'm going for the 9 on that. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm no messing around. It is a all-time great. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing, and just like I said, he was astounding. How there are few people who can be a frontman like that. You know what I mean? I think it is a rare talent. So
and what's even better, I'd never heard that song.
No, never,
which means, and apparently that was a hit over here, and
pre us being
we're
here,
English,
though.
but so that means that this week is just going to be great.
Well, exactly. I mean, and they must have had a great impact everywhere, because if they're playing a festival, in Europe as well, obviously it wasn't just an American and a Canadian thing, So what I mean?
Yep.
So
okay.
Well said. So scores, you said 8.3. I was 9. So that's what's that? 17.3, I think, isn't it?
17.3 out of 20. That's a high score.
Well, that is a high score. So well, it's a promo week, and so. Stick around for the whole week. This is going to go up here somewhere. Oh, look at that.
On our new laser scoreboard Mark III that's just been cleared, ladies and gentlemen. Last month it was led by Leonard Skinner. This month it's been led by Tragically Hip.
Will it last, though? Will it last? And when just a quick note, technical note. When we do a curated week, it doesn't make the scoreboard, because otherwise you'd end up with like 5 or 6 Tragically Hip tracks on it, and that's cheating. Well, it's not fair for everyone else, is it? So,
but what you do get is you get 5 tracks over 5 days, 6th track on Patreon or whatever. So we actually have time to spend time with you. And the curator week's all put together by our subscribers, who've got a much more in-depth knowledge than we do. So we go on a journey with you. It's like we all hold hands and we go down the merry river of Tragically Hip.
And then everyone in comments corrects us when we make stupid errors. So that's your job, okay? But you're only allowed to do it. What?
Did you see we got corrected by Steve Strange when we were talking about what
it wasn't Steve Strange. It was was that
Rusty,
Steve Strange?
Rusty Elgin.
Rusty. Yeah.
It was when we were talking about what was
it was in our New Romantic Week, and we're talking about Visage. And and he came in and said, "You guys got it all wrong," and I, Midge, you didn't write. I wrote this, or whatever it was. And it was like,
so Rusty Elgin, for those who didn't know, he basically started off this whole new romantic scene or whatever, and he came in and he we did a whole week on it, and he came down the pitch up just quite rightly so.
So if you want to see a superb correction, go and find the Visage track under our New Romantic Week, and you'll get the true facts of. He said he knows everything, and he should really write a book. So there you go.
Yeah, before he forgets it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, see you on the flip side. But like and subscribe. Get ready for the curated week of Tragically Hip. 5 days, 5 tracks. So that'll be coming out in the next week or two. So yeah, hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the flip side.
On the flip side. See ya.
Ciao. Bye.